Salute to our Blorange Tears fam. What's good? What it do, Cully? He's muted. So, yeah, I mean, we got a lot to talk about. So, I'm not surprised. Neither should anybody else be with the starter situation with Kemba, Evan, RJ, Jules, and Mitch being the the starters. And right for the jump, we know Duncan Robinson what his mo is. He's a sniper. And the first two plays, he pops a tray on Kemba and he pops a tray on Evan. That just catches fire. Tucker hits a three on Jules, but Jules retaliates and scores back on Tucker. So I'm like, man, at least there's some kind of life with that, and we just ain't, going down without a fight. So it was just a slow start, It was an 11-2 run, 11-2 score with Miami. And I was just like, man, this is how we came out tonight, or which was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I was a little heated about that. What it do, Cully?
What's going on?
I'm just talking about that slow start with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? The starting five, the same old. But RJ still being aggressive. RJ still going out there and driving to the cup. He had a couple looks at him. He had Butler on him, then he had Bam on him, and on two plays, RJ goes to the cup on Bam, and he goes on the right. He's driving on the right side with his right hand, with Bam on his left side of the hip, and he goes back to his left hand and like shows the ball right in front of Bam, and Bam's a shot blocker, like he ain't having that, so he just sends that mess out of here. Then the next play, I'm not the next play, but the very same look gets past Bam right side, goes back with his left hand, except this time he had a little bit of separation, so he was able to get that. And we had mentioned that last show that if he's going to be on the right hand side, he needs to finish with his right. But that's just a little something, that little pet peeve of mine that RJ needs to work on. But overall, though, he still, I think he had the most points, right? Didn't he still have the most points out of the Knicks? Or you ain't too sure?
Does who have the most points? I'm sorry.
Barrett, RJ.
That game?
Yeah, that game.
I think so.
Yeah,
No, it was him. I think so. Mm-hmm. Obi might have been Obi. Obi had.
We'll get.
Conversations this week with teams that.
Sorry, I think it was Barrett. Yeah, because I didn't know that. I didn't know who had the most. I didn't know who had the most points either. So I was looking at the comments. Obi had 18. So did Obi have the most? I think he had. RJ had 17. Yeah, Obi had the most. He had the leading high.
But still, though, he had a lot of looks going at him, and then he didn't play that whole fourth quarter, anyways. And so it wasn't really his fault. I feel like it was just a message sent to the whole starting unit that they was just going to get benched regardless, though. But then at that 5-minute mark and 40 seconds, you heard Jeff Van Gundy say, "If I'm Tom Thibodeau, I'm giving great thought taking all 5 of my starters out."
I mean, that's not surprising.
I mean, he just put it out. He just put him on blast, though. You know what I'm saying? He let everybody know who's watching, because us Knicks fans, we've been seeing that. You know what I'm saying? We've been saw that. We know that he doesn't have a short leash on his starters, and he doesn't hold them accountable and those types of things. So for someone looking out, from the outside looking in, and that's his boy too. They go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac, so he could say that about him. Like, man, if that was my boy, if that was me, I would switch it up. So it was nice to hear from someone else other than us podcasters, as Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like I mentioned, he let it be known on ESPN. Just everybody who was watching. So yeah, I was hype about that. And then he threw in that new lineup with IQ, Grimes, Burks, Obi, and Mitch, and then right off that you saw the energy just pick up, and
Right.
and this Obi just goes off. Like I haven't seen.
Did you just say energy?
Yeah, the energy. You didn't see the energy from
Oh,
the second
shoot.
from that second unit. Yeah, there was.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah. I've seen a little bit of it. Yes. When they was in there with RJ.
No, wait, yeah. No, when they went in there with IQ, Grimes, Burks, Obi, and Mitch.
Oh yeah, I mean I saw the energy. It's just that word. It's like whoa.
Yeah, it's almost like a bad word. It just doesn't get said.
It's almost like a word and them can't go in the same sentence. My bad.
No, you good. But yeah, we just haven't seen a lot of Obi just going off the way he did. And he was just doing a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? He was going to the rack. He was at the top of the key. He took a bounce. And Taj had set a screen down the low post for him just to create a little bit of separation so nobody was challenging at the rim.
He got to the cup pretty fast, man, off that. I think he did that thing twice. I think he did that maybe. I think one time was the baseline at the beginning of the game. This from the top of the key, I think. Yeah, on the right side. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looked very comfortable. It's like he had this attitude like I don't give a f about this game, but I'm still gonna ball out to the best I can. That's the vibe I got from Obi, and I kind of liked it because the Knicks was undermatched going into this game anyway. So I like to see that from Obi.
Well, he showed a little bit of everything, and I feel, to me, it felt like I'm gonna take my opportunity, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or whatever it is, because who knows when you're gonna snatch me out? Because that's what had been happening. He's been popping trays, and then the next dead ball he gets pulled. So I feel like he just took the most of that opportunity out there, and he was doing it in multiple ways. He was even going baseline and grabbing offensive boards. Like, that's what we wanted from Obi. Use that athleticism. Why aren't you timing those rebounds and getting those boards just off of your athleticism alone? So it was nice to see him doing it in different ways, you know what I'm saying? And also popping trays from, passes from Burks or whoever it was. And, who, like I mentioned, he was just doing a lot, very active. He was backpedaling on defense, being one of the first guys back and kind of pointing his finger at IQ and Burks and Grimes out there, kind of telling him which defender to take, and that he has the guy over there. And I'm like, oh, okay, look at Obi directing traffic over there, orchestrating the defense. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what we want. We want those outspoken teammates to let you know, I got your back, I got him. You go ahead and take that cat. So I was really impressed with what he was doing on the court in multiple ways. And,
right.
And to me, that was one of his best games, because not only was it wasn't like the Toronto game where, Julius wasn't there and who else wasn't there, or Kemba wasn't there or whatever, and he was going to was it Toronto or was it OKC? I don't remember which one it was though, but he was going up against starters though. You know what I'm saying? The number one offensive team in the East. So it wasn't like he was going up against second unit guys or scrubs. He was going up against top tier talent. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what opened my eyes, is that he's being very active. There's just and a lot of people always say, oh, what does Obi do? He just runs around and gets his steps. But what you don't realize is what he's doing. So like on one play, when the point guard is bringing the ball down, he goes down in the post, and once IQ passes to Grimes, he runs out to the corner. Right. And once he doesn't get that look in the corner, he runs baseline for that oop. And once that oop's not there, he goes back to the corner. So it's not like he's just running around in a circle, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing ladders. He's actually moving in different spots to you know what I'm saying, get good looks. It's not his fault that they're not finding him on those oops. It's not his fault that they're not finding him on the post. It's those split seconds, because if you get it in the post, if you're not there, somebody's down there to double team you. If you don't catch that oop, then it's over with in that split second. So he was just very active. You know what I mean? Like, and he was catching some oops. Like he was catching some oops from Burks and other cats. So I was like, I was really impressed of how Obi looked and the time that he got too. So what did you feel the same way about Obi, about taking the opportunity that he finally had and flourishing in it?
Yeah, I loved Obi out there, man. I loved him. I love to see it, man. I mean, I just like to see whoever has the energy out there. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who it is. If the starters had energy, I would love them out there. I just want to see. Hold on one second. Yes, I just want to see energy 24/7. That's what I want to see. And we know who we get energy from now at this point. Halfway through the season, we know who it's coming from. Um, so I would have loved to see other guys in there longer. I wouldn't have cared if he let Grimes play the rest of the game. I would have loved to see him. IQ, I'm not so sure.
Well, Grimes led the team in minutes. I believe he had like 38 minutes.
I'm okay with that.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how many more minutes he could have had than that. You know. So right. I mean, and he's another one who is very active on the defensive end. Just he had a steal. There's a play where the ball was going out of bounds, and he kept it alive on that. Just things that don't show on the stats that he does. All the I'm gonna start calling him Grimy Grimes. You know what I'm saying? He out there just doing all the dirty work, just stuff that doesn't show on the stats, and diving for the rock, things like that, diving out of bounds for the rock, just keeping plays alive. So he had 31 minutes. His shooting wasn't there tonight, but he had 5 boards and 3 assists, and like I mentioned, though, just playing defense. So we know what we're gonna get out of Grimes, though. I'm just willing to give him more minutes, and it looks like Tibbs is feeling the same way. He's slowly but surely giving him more minutes and trusting him more on the court, knowing that he's not going to do too much on the offensive end where he's not forcing things. If the shot's there, he's going to take it, but he's not going to be like IQ out there just pulling 30 footers with 20-some seconds left on the shot clock. So I mean, can't have 2 of the same cats out there doing those types of things. But yeah, man, I'm happy with our young players and what they bring to the bring to the Knicks, and our future looks pretty nice with these young cats, these rooks, and these second-year players. There's Obi got a lot of backlash these last, I guess you could say, throughout the whole year. People weren't happy with his performance. People were ready to cut ties with him, trade him, and I just kept saying it's Rose being gone, Rose not being in the lineup. He wasn't getting those oops. He wasn't able to leak out. Not just that, though. I mean, just he has that athleticism. We know that. You have to unlock it. And he was taking guys off the bounce today. He wasn't just waiting on people to set him up. He was setting himself up, going off those screens. And that's what I had mentioned last week was if you just set a screen for him and he's on the top of the key going on a curl out, you could just hand it off to him, whether it's Mitch, just handing it off to him and get him full steam ahead, So this is, some of the things I wasn't ready to get rid of Obi. You know what I mean? There's still untapped potential with him.
Well, we got about 3 weeks. 2.5 maybe before the deadline. So,
well, I don't think he's on the chopping block. Do you?
It's possible. I don't know who. I mean, they you know what? I guess that would lead to like a segue into another topic.
Yes.
I'll get to that when you're ready. But speaking of that, chopping block, the Knicks news came out today that the Knicks are looking to maybe move some veterans.
Right. That was Brian Winehurst.
Right.
Was one of them. Do you want to go ahead and name off those names?
What do you mean, like what he said?
Yeah, of names that are on the chopping block. Because I didn't hear Obi. I didn't hear Obi's name on the chopping block.
I didn't hear Obi. I don't think I heard any names per se. However, speculation. I think Alec Burks might be in that mix somewhere. Maybe Kimba. Maybe Fournier.
Those are it.
Likely might be in there.
Yeah,
maybe around February. You can't trade them until February 6th or 3rd. They may look to make them. You know what? I have a sense that they may make a trade around the 7th, maybe the 6th, 7th when he's eligible to be traded. They say it's the 6th, so they might just package all 4 of them. They might just make a big package and try to make a big move. So that's what I think they might do, or they may just do it marginally. They might just do it one by one.
Well, nothing showed me in the past that our front offense has the cojones to make a big splash move like that. I mean, that's a lot of bread with all that salary. We're talking, 18 milli for Fournier, another 9 for Kemba, and like 20 or something, whatever Randle's getting.
Right.
For Burks, yeah, who's going to take all that salary cap? I don't think it's going to be one big deal.
Might not be a big deal, but they might all get traded different directions. Who knows? In one day, I don't know, but it could be. I don't know. I have a sense that you know what? I don't know if I could trust them to make one big deal because I don't think for us to trade 3 or 4 players, we have to get back like some good value, at least some youngins, I would hope, or at least maybe some other veterans with some type of energy and athleticism, I would hope. That's all. Those are the only type of players I would prefer. I'm not thinking about any superstars. We might get a superstar, but I haven't seen the only last superstar I've seen this team make a move for was Melo, and they didn't handle that the right way.
Yeah, we emptied. Not to cut you off though, but we emptied the cupboards for Melo, and I'm not trying to do that all over again.
Right, I'm not either. That's the last trade. That's the last trade for a superstar I remember us doing, and I don't really trust this team to make move. I don't know. We just never get it done. We hear about all this interest, and then when the time comes, the teams don't want to do a deal with us. They don't want it. They're not interested in our assets. Why? Because of we don't have the assets. That's the thing. We never had them all those years. We have role players, overpaid role players, and teams don't want those guys. They don't want them. If they do take them, they're going to waive them, or they're going to use them for the remainder of the season to help them contend. If it doesn't work, they're going to get waived. That's pretty much it. It's only the Knicks that use guys more than their value. I mean, the last role player we had that actually is still on the team is Marcus Morris. If I'm not mistaken. Marcus Morris is still in the Clippers. Every other guy we had from when RJ was his rookie year just in prior seasons they got bounced around.
Now, were you sad to see Marcus Morris go, or were you more like let's get a first round pick for him?
No, I figured let's get a first round pick for him. However, he would be that would be a guy that we prior to the Reddish trade. That's kind of like a guy that we kind of needed, a guy with some fight in him, a dog. That's kind of like a guy that he kind of fits the bill. So it's like we didn't have that. It would have been good to have him with Tibbs. We didn't get him with Tibbs. We got him with Fizz. He might have played extended minutes too, messing with Tibbs.
So at the time, would you have not knowing what you know now, but at that time, would you have rather have traded Randle at that time, or kept it the way it was with Marcus Morris?
To be honest, the thing with Randle, I was always on the fence. I was always let's get him a point guard, see how he does with a point guard. I never was so quick to let's get rid of him. And then when the off season comes, we don't get a point guard, and then he has a good year.
I still feel that way though.
Let's get him a point guard.
Yeah. But go ahead though. You're on the saying whether you wanted to move him or not. So
I mean, granted, it's one thing to get him a point guard, but it's another thing. You might have to get somebody better than him, maybe 1 or 2 guys better than him. He can't be a first option. It just clearly doesn't work. He's not the guy.
No.
It's showing he's not the guy. I'm not going to sit here and act like he is. I lost my hope in that. I'm not saying I lost my hope in him overall, but I lost my hope in him as a main guy. He's not. It's been a question mark all season. He's only had 10 games where he averaged 10 out of 47 games where he averaged where he was the leading scorer. So for what he gets paid, it's like, come on. And then you see his body language. He doesn't even look like he wants to be here. So I'm not going to sit here and go with that. I'm not going to sit here and act like everything is okay when it's not. So, it has to be a guy that's clearly better than him, and a guy that's gonna be vocal and tell him, give him the ball when it's the right one. Not here's like a guy that doesn't bring up the ball. If we're talking point guards, a guy that doesn't bring up the ball just to give it to Randle and then let Randle operate.
Somebody who will wave Randle off, and tell him get in his spots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What,
We need a guy
what you doing out there in the 3-point line? Get your behind in the post, in the low post. Get what I mean? Get down there and
we need
kick
a
it
guy
back
that's
up.
direct traffic, man. But we don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and then I look in the chat, I see De'Aaron Fox. I don't know if he's that guy. I mean,
That's 30 milli though. That's 30 milli a year.
I mean, well, if we trade these guys, we clear up the books. I would say we clear up some cash. You know, we move Fournier by then. You move Kemba. If you move Fournier and Randle, you clear up a lot of space. I will say you clear up a lot.
Don't get me wrong though. I like Swiper the Fox though. You know what I mean? The name says it all. The name says it all. He gets to the cup at will. His middies, but it's just that defense. Can Tibbs unlock that defense and force them to, to commit? And will he ever get a 3-point shot? I'm okay if he doesn't get a 3-point shot. I'm okay with just getting to the cup and taking a midi. But at that point we're all in. I mean that lineup with the Fox and an RJ and a Cam, a Obi and a Mitch is pretty athletic out there. I mean, we're running and gunning. Is that the type of style that Tibbs runs though? I mean,
a running gun.
Oh yeah, running and gunning and fast pace. He runs a slower, methodical. Let's get into our sets.
No, I mean, Tibbs doesn't. The thing with him, he likes the offense where he has one playmaker and he pretty much trusts them to get the job done. He doesn't really have an offense. He just wants to be able to trust at least one guy, maybe two. But Tibbs, as far as his style of offense, he rather defense turn into offense. That's his thing, that the defense can turn into offense. However, he doesn't have the personnel. He doesn't have the personnel for that. I mean, but he likes to think he does. So it's hard to tell with the Tibbs. I'm still trying to figure out what is a Tibbs guy and who is a Tibbs guy. I don't want to only think that it's the guys from his Bulls days. Is I mean this.
That's why it's kind of hard to not to cut you off, but that's why it's kind of hard to judge him if you're not giving this guy the necessary pieces that he needs. Then of course it's not going to look right. He keeps asking for shooters and wings and guys who play defense, and you give him Fournier and Kemba. I mean, you finally did the right move by bringing in Cam Reddish, but
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but that's just one piece. Cam is not gonna get us to the playoffs. He's still.
No, he's not. See, the thing is, like Sam Granderson just said, like he said, he asked for a wing and doesn't play Cam. That's what I was about to say. And they said Tibbs is stuck in the 90s. He sold us fool's gold, saying he adapted to the league now. The thing is with Tibbs, like, what was I gonna say? Oh, the thing is with Tibbs, Kemba and Fournier, right? They're not defenders. Like everybody knows that. However, there is so much you can get from them on the offensive end, but Tibbs doesn't have that. He doesn't have the cachet. He doesn't have it up here to do it. He doesn't have the genius level intellect to do it, yo. You can, for one, if you ran pick and rolls like the league does, like you got teams that do it every play, and then every now and then maybe a guy will go ISO, but you have teams that do it almost every play, just running pick and rolls. That's what we need to be doing, pick and rolls. Like you have two bigs, and one of them doesn't even like to do it. But you have Mitch. At one point, I guess it would get predictable if you ran a pick and roll every play because the team would know how to cut you off. But we don't need guys doing this ISO stuff to get a bucket. We need that pick and roll. We need to adapt to the league.
We need motion. We need double screens. You know what I'm saying? We need all that, and that's why it looks so different with that second unit because Sharon was carrying. There was a time where IQ gave the ball to Grimes. Grimes gave it right back to IQ. IQ popped the three. You know what I'm saying the very next play after that confidence, he popped another tray, and that was that's what got it going. They're looking for others to get involved. Obi's, they're passing the ball to Obi. What it do, Sam Granderson?
Yo, I was chilling, Cully, but I seen y'all was up. What's going on? Salute.
What up?
I seen y'all was on and y'all just got me hot again. I was chilling from earlier and now I'm heated again. Just thinking about how bad this situation is.
My
Oh,
boy's heated. My boy's heated. No pun intended.
And I'm just, and it's sad because we have to reiterate this stuff. And like we saying, Van Gundy is basically, he exposed them for what we've been thinking all season, what we've been watching. This is our perspective, what they said. And it's just sad that everybody else can see it. And just like how I was on the show earlier today with Freezy, I mean, we're seeing him, and this is why I can't rock with Tibbs anymore. We're seeing him put in these guys. Think about who his first subs is off the bench. Taj. Why?
oh my God.
Why? I want to know why. That's what I'm not understanding it. And it doesn't make sense.
That's his boy. They got history together. That doesn't make it right though, because you saw when Jericho Sims went into the game, the last 2 minutes, that ferocious yam with two hands, yam right there, that whole backboard and rim was shaking. That was
Right.
like a 3.6 on the Richter scale. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because when it comes to Tibbs and Taj, you're talking about trust. Tibbs only has trust. He has trust in this guy so much, but I don't know. I mean, like us fans, it's like we lost our trust in Tibbs, yo.
Yeah.
Like we don't have trust in you anymore. It's like yo, it's fool's gold. Like you don't match athleticism with athleticism. You feel like you're matching experience with that athleticism.
And think about it, Cully, think about it. It's just like the other game, right? Cleveland, prime example. Ed
Right.
Davis, Kevin Love. Who do you instead of going young and running Kevin Love, who is basically in his later days off the court, running Ed Davis, who is basically a dinosaur off the court, what does Tibbs do? He says, okay, you know what? I see you got the old guys. I'm gonna go even older. I'm gonna throw Taj out there. Why? I don't get it. It makes no sense. Like what? Why is that? Why are you going to stick to your game plan and not adjust to what the other team is throwing out there? If you throw out young legs on that, we run by Kevin Love and Ed Davis all day long. But no, you want to throw out Taj Gibson.
and Taj is always the last one trailing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Always the last one trailing. I can't watch it no more, yo. I can't watch it no more.
Yo,
Taj.
it's like I said this a while ago, right? I was watching the OKC game. I see Taj Gibson literally check in the game for the first time. Guess what he does? Hands on his head. How do you check in the ball game tired? I've never seen it before. I've never seen it.
Nah, yeah, you see him a lot of time on like dead ball situations. He's like he's like bent over. He's sweating. He's like, oh, it's like he's on his last leg, man. You see it every time, yo. Every time.
Yo, he's like, you know how you have that Nas for your car to get that exhaust up probably for like a 10-second burst. That's Taj Gibson. He'll give you like a 10-second flash of the pass, and then he's out there just dragging. And then think about it too. I mean, like this is what I've been saying with these guys. If you don't give the young cats minutes now, Tibbs, what are you going to do later on in the season when you have injuries, or if you get in the playoffs and let's say guys foul out like that one game when we had Mitch and Gibson fouled out? What are you gonna do then? You gonna just throw Sims in the fire like you did Frank last season?
Oh man, well, yeah, right.
I feel like he kind of has to play these cats as in Kemba and Fournier to build their trade value up. So if they don't trade any one of those guys by this weekend, because we still have a tough schedule, so I don't want to wait to the last minute and then we're already so deep in a hole that we can't dig ourselves out. But I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I don't know. I was like, you don't have to start him. It's kind of hard just to bash Tibbs because we knew who he was. We knew that he played his guys heavy minutes. We knew that he played who he trusted. We knew that he had a small rotation, and a Tiger doesn't change his stripes. He is who he is. So, and we needed a culture change. Like he came in here, he kind of cleaned up the mess. He built the culture. We're playing hard-nosed defense. We're ranked, top 10, and we're kind of still in that not top 4 like we were last year, but over the last few games we went up the rankings, and that's without a EP and a Bullock, and that's all we kept Noels and kept our rim runners. But yeah, I get it. No coach is perfect though. You're not going to have any perfect coach. I mean, what are the chances of if us getting a new coach, and then people look at us, oh, same old Knicks every year and a half. They get a new coach, they can't have any consistency over there, or the front office gets fired, and then what? Like, we got to have some kind of stability as far as who our coaching staff is, who our front office is, and we're not selling the farm in a Melo trade or Bargnani trade all over again. So,
gosh,
I mean, we've been through all those aches and pains throughout all those years. We're still in there. We're still, a couple games behind the AC. Yeah, we chances are we're not going to make the playoffs. We could make the play-in, but I mean, just give us a fighting chance. I mean, I get it. We all want to see the young kids play, but if we let the young kids play, they're going to take their lumps. They're going to get their bumps and bruises, but at the same time, we're not going to win any games either. We're just going to be looking like the Houston Rockets or the Orlando Magic or the Detroit Pistons. So if you guys are ready to go ahead and do that, then, I mean, that's one way of looking at it. Or you could bring in someone, like I mentioned before, Jalen Brunson, someone who could run the offense. We knew what those holes were. We knew what the point guard, the shooting guard, small forward, and the center were those necessary holes. And we did that small move by bringing in a Cam Reddish to solidify that small forward spots. And to me, he's not really like it because he has his flaws too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching him the last 10 minutes of the last game, and yes, he has athleticism, yes, he has length, but he kind of plays at his own tempo where he's too cool for school, where he's not committed on the defense because he knows his athleticism. So at the time when he was guarding Hero and Hero was going off before that, Hero he passed up Cam Reddish to the cup, but Cam Reddish knew he could catch up from behind and block him with that athleticism. But why let it get to that point, though? Why not just keep your mans in front of you? You know what I'm saying? Like, little things like that. So, going through the screens instead of, just trailing all the time. Just, he has his athleticism. He knows what he could do. And, yeah, he could take people off the bounce and get to that, but he also settles for too many threes where why not just get to the cup if you know at will? I saw him take one bounce from the 3-point line, and he was already at the key. He would have made it to the cup, but he got fouled. And then the very next play, he took it to the cup with 2 bounces with his left hand on the left side going off glass. And I was like, I mean, that's how you do it. I mean, that's what I was complaining about RJ not doing with his right hand on the right side, but this kid's right handed going left hand on the left side. So I'm like, all right. I mean, so there's certain things that we're going to have to look at whether we bring in a whole young team. You know what I'm saying? We know Tibbs ain't the right coach for that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't sign up for that. We knew once Tibbs came in that we're trying to get a play. We're trying to go to the playoffs. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like beating a dead horse where we know what the problem is, but he is who he is. Unless, like I mentioned in the beginning of the year, I was talking to Unc and Chuck Allen had mentioned the last show too. I told Unc, I was like, man, the only way this is gonna work is if you get rid of these vets and bring in
you gotta do it.
Then Unc, and I'm putting you on blast, Unc, because he was like, nah, you can't do that to Tibbs, man. That's not what he signed up for. I was like, well, then he could just resign. I mean, it is what it is, But I mean, there's just the house is on fire, the roof is on fire, and we're just trying to find an exit, and it's just everything's coming down on us right now, and we're just pointing finger. The front office isn't making moves. Julius is can't take the pressure. Fournier's not scoring. Kemba's getting cooked on defense. Tibbs ain't setting his rotation. There's like so much going on that I'm just one of the fans where I'm just trying to look at the positive things. We have a good core. We have good,
Now we understand that, man. I never wanted to be unreasonable. Right? Right. So I wasn't never one to be unreasonable. What my whole thing was, I didn't want to do the coach carousel of fire your coach every year and a half.
Yeah.
That was my whole point to it.
No,
And my and my and my other point too about Randle was I never felt like Randle was gonna be an all-time great.
Right.
But it's hard for the Knicks to get a good player to come here. We fortunate right now that Randle is good because because Randle turned into a good player while he was here, right? He wasn't a great player somewhere else because if he was, he would have never came here.
That's
Right.
You feel
facts.
me?
That's facts.
If Randle was an already an all-star, he wouldn't have chose to come to New York. Y'all know that. You
Yep.
know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Don't be
careless.
let's not be naive about that. Because we had signed a bunch. We always do the same thing. We always sign a bunch of dudes, lottery bus type dudes, that and bring them to New York and hope they turn into something. Well, surprise, Cinderella, Julius Randle turned into Cinderella in New York. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But
That's
but
that's
Bobby
how you get rid
Portis
of them.
didn't.
Yeah.
Mario Hazonia didn't. Noah
Got lucky
Vonleh
with
didn't.
Burks for a year.
Yeah. These dudes with the lottery talent that didn't do stuff anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? They didn't turn into stars in New York, but Julius Randle did. So what I'm saying is this: I understand the struggle of getting a good player to come to New York because we generally people don't choose us. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
and so what I'm saying is instead of us being mad at Randall for being who he is, I think we should appreciate who he is. Randall is lottery talent guy, like Obi, a lottery talent guy where things didn't come together at first. You know what I'm saying? And Julius Randle turned into something with the Knicks. So before I run him out of town and start this search again for somebody else to come in and save us, I'm just like just be patient. Let's see if this thing can actually work out. Because because every 2 years we like, yeah, Kevin Durant gonna come, James Harden gonna come, Kyrie Irving gonna come, LeBron James gonna come and save us. And it never happened.
Mhm.
And one of the dudes we took a gamble on wound up turning into something. So I was just like, chill on Randall not being just chill on Randall not being Kevin Durant. We know he ain't Kevin Durant. Shoot, he know he not Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? And so that was my thing on Randall. And the thing with Tibbs is, man, I get tired of every year and a half the Knicks fire the coach. They have some stupid press conference where everybody get mad and blame the owner when the owner ain't did nothing but stayed out the way. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, Dolan, the worst owner in sports. Well, all he did was hire some people he felt like was smart and got out the way.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then now you got to firing Tibbs. Then
Dolan did that.
you gonna promote somebody you thought was smart that's on the staff. It'd probably be Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant gonna get in there and be a bumbling idiot because he's gonna be in over his head.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna be mad at Johnny Bryant, and then we're gonna be mad at Dolan again, and then you're gonna be hiring the whoever the new hot assistant is. Like who the hot new assistant now? Jason Kidd, somebody or whoever.
Assistant. Talking about assistant as far as
Yeah, just somebody. I'm just saying, just some random.
It don't
Yeah,
matter.
whoever the hot name is, we're gonna be trying to chase that person,
it's
and
for
it,
coaching job.
Yeah,
yeah, and
I'm just
to
saying though, like
replace,
everybody has their flaws. You know what I'm saying? We're all
yeah,
human. We all have our flaws. You know what I'm saying?
all of
And
us,
yeah,
Oh,
we're just giving up one. We're just gonna be giving up one flaw for another. So
yeah.
I get what you're saying though.
But the point is every year and a half we have to hit the reset button, and we never be patient with a full on rebuild.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you fire Leon Rose and you bring in a new coach, they're gonna be like, yeah, we don't have no talent. Kemba Walker's not the future. Evan Fournier is not the future. Then we're gonna have to do a flat out rebuild. But this is the same conversation we done had the previous 3 times.
Mhm.
Instead of just being patient with the process and let the process play itself out. You know what I'm saying? And then seeing if Cam Reddish is something, seeing if Obi Toppin is something. Because if you fire the coach and bring in a new regime, they don't owe nothing to Obi Toppin or RJ Barrett or Cam Reddish or Emmanuel Quickly, because that's the old regime people. They're gonna try to get rid of them and bring in their own people. And then now you starting the process all over again. Now Cully mad because we losing to the Pelicans on national TV. And then people talk about we're gonna get Zion in 2 years, and then Zion become a free agent and he don't come. And then now it's 2 more years of waiting and seeing how come nobody choose the Knicks. It's all James Dolan's fault when all Dolan did was hire people he thought was smart and got out the way.
But all I'm saying is basically what Van Gundy said was why not take the starters out and throw young guys in? And that's what we've been basically asking is for the young kids to play. You know what I mean? That's we don't know what we have in a Deuce. You know, we don't know what he don't get no minutes at all. He don't get no run at all. At least let him run the second unit. I'm not asking him,
especially when you're losing by 25.
Exactly.
You know you ain't gonna win because you down 25 to the best team in your conference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, as a defensive-minded coach, you got a defensive-minded player as in Deuce and Grimes, and you're playing Grimes now, though, but it took you over half a season to figure that out when we knew that from jump. You know what I'm saying? Same thing goes for Deuce.
But I feel you. But the point that I was getting at though, bro, is this: is why does it take a blowout on a nationally televised game for you to see what you have in Miles McBride?
Exactly.
Shouldn't you have been doing that all year already anyway?
That's my point. That's my point.
6 minutes. If you ain't scoring in 6 minutes, or you're not playing defense in 6 minutes, and you're getting cooked on defense, and boom, quick trick, quick trick, next guy in. Simple.
Right. And for the record, I don't think Miles McBride is ready yet. Right. In the long term, I think he's gonna be Kyle Lowry, but in the short term, he ain't ready. It even took Kyle Lowry 4 years to become the guy that he is, right? Like there was y'all remember the fat Memphis
Grizzlies
version of Kyle Lowry?
Grizzlies?
Yeah. You remember when Kyle Lowry played for the Grizzlies?
Grizzlies and the Rockets?
Yeah, and he played for the Rockets. Yeah.
He could barely get off the bench.
Yeah.
But in those 2 minutes that McBride played in, he got 2 assists. So that's all I'm saying. At least give him 5 minutes, 8 minutes, spot minutes to do something. He's going to do something.
I think he should be. I think he should be in a rotation.
Right.
But Tibbs don't.
Nope. You know who he thinks should be in there? Like I said, Freezy, it gets to the point now where I'm with Tibbs is it seems to me as though before we see McBride, we're gonna see Luol Deng out of retirement.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at with Tibbs.
We're gonna see Carlos Boozer out of retirement.
We're gonna see Ben Gordon, Kirk Heinrich. What's the dude's name? Nocioni. You know, we're gonna see those type of guys before we see
which Nocioni with the beard or without. With the beard, he was good. When he cut the beard off, he was trash.
He don't care if he washed or not, because he don't care if Taj washed.
Yeah, well, that's true.
See Omer Asik.
Yeah.
All of
them. Okay, so Unk is on the not trade Randle, because Ian Begley had mentioned that too. That one team in touch with a member of the organization is under impression Julius would be available for the right return. So you're saying, like, even if the return is right, you're not trading?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: don't be in a rush to get rid of Randle if you're not getting something in return.
Right. Okay.
Because the thing is, think about this: before Julius Randle, how many stars were lining up? And Julius Randle is not a star, but who was lining up to come here before Randle?
No, nobody. I'm with you on that.
That's all I'm saying. What I'm saying
is, I hear what you're saying though. Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, we really don't owe Randle anything, especially the way he's been acting as of late. I mean, come on now, you're booing the fans. You're not showing up for interviews, out post game interviews. You don't want to speak to nobody. You know, you're not producing on the court. You're throwing fits. Is that leadership? Is that how the number?
No, I'm not saying that what Randle is doing is right. But what I'm saying is remember who your power forward was before Julius. Before Julius Randle, your star power forward was named Noah Vonleh. Is that what you want to go back to?
No, he's top five power forward though. I hear what you're saying though, but yeah.
It could think about before all of this stuff. You used to have lineups with. Think about this lineup: Elfrid Payton, Wayne Ellington, Mo Harkless, Noah Vonleh.
Yep.
Is that what y'all want to go back to?
No, but I'm just saying. I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade Randle. I don't want to trade Randle either. But at the same time, I don't want to have this being a an everyday thing. So if I'm the front office, I'm having a conversation, having a meeting with Randle. Like, no, if you're not happy here, if you're going to continue to throw fits after games or during games, then maybe we just need to part ways. I mean, no, you know what I mean? Like, so let me know. Are you willing to be here? Are you willing to be our fearless leader? Or I mean, come
if
on.
He want to, because if Randle want to get out of here, I'm okay with it. Trade him, right? But what I'm saying is let's not act like, as Knicks fans, let's not act like players are lining up to get here, because they ain't. You know what I'm saying? This is still New York. Don't act like the Randle years have been. Don't act like we've been a playoff team. You know what I'm saying, for the past 20 years, because we not. Before Randle got here, bro. Before Randle got here, we had to depend on Enes Kanter to get us points. We had to depend on Mario Hazard. We had to depend on Trey Burke and Emmanuel Mudiay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not 10 years ago, bro. That was 3 seasons ago.
I don't want to hear.
What was the number 2 pick too? Michael.
Don't. Oh gosh.
You talking about Beasley?
Yeah, Michael Beasley. Yeah, Michael Beasley.
Y'all remember? And before Beasley, y'all remember Derek Williams?
Yep.
Derek Williams. Yeah.
Jordan Hill.
Yo, and I know Cully still got his Cole Aldridge jersey. You know what I'm saying?
No.
In the closet, right?
He got his tooth. Cully got Cole Aldridge's tooth.
Y'all didn't have a Torrey Murray jersey?
Yeah, the Torrey Murray and Chris. Yo, come on, really, man? We drafted Torrey Murray and Chris Smith
from Wichita.
Yeah, come on, bro. Y'all remember that? Torrey Murray and Chris Smith was our rookie point guards one year.
When's the last time we had all this young talent on the roster, though? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Our future looks bright right now. So if there's somebody that's stirring the pot or being a cancer in the locker room on the court, then hey, bro, if you're not feeling the movement that we going, it's time to shake hands.
But you know that the players are starting to speak up. I know, like, this isn't mainstream, but sources are starting to come out.
You got Obi going, not to cut you off, but you got Obi going into the front office complaining about his time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's right though.
And that young man should be doing that.
Yeah,
you know what? He's not the only one. It is players that they're upset even since the Kemba benching. When he took Kemba out of rotation, that is when players started to speak up and were like, okay, you did that to Kemba. Well, Julius has been playing like dog water for the past 2 weeks.
Right.
And he hasn't been seeing any decrease, at least in minutes. I wouldn't say ever take him out the rotation.
He getting increase in touches.
Yeah.
When he play bad, he get more touches.
He playing like that kid that gets babied and his dad coaches the team. And his dad he gonna act up. He got that, he's spoiled. He acting like he's spoiled.
Right.
His dad gonna still put him in the game. Or his dad will bench him every now and then to teach him a lesson. Like, all right, you want to act like that?
Because he ain't did his homework. Not because of the way he played, but his dad bench him at the game because he ain't do his homework. Yeah. That's the only I'm gonna take the one thing away from you that you love. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Trying to be, but the thing is to subliminal to Sub's point is we did have young talent back then, but it wasn't as talented as it is right now. Right. Those dudes were just young. Like Chris Smith was young, but he wasn't talented. He's not a Quentin Grimes. You know what I'm saying? Like Torrey Murray was young and talented, but he was never RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? Even when it was Chris Smith, Torrey Murray, Langston Galloway, Tony Douglas, all those dudes, they were young, but they wasn't as talented as the young talent that we got right now. Right? Right. But so Sub, every time I say those names, man, I be wanting to vomit it in my mouth. That roster was. That's why I'm saying just be easy on. Now,
I can play roster. I can play devil's advocate though, because I hear what you're saying though. Because at the same time that we finally got someone that we re-signed, you know what I'm saying, that made an All-Star league and took a pay cut. So you know what I mean, like to bring in other players. And what players did they bring in? Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier.
They brought in cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, because it also sends a message to the league too. Like if you trade Randle, know what I'm saying, who was our, like you said, who was our all-star and who took a pay cut. What does that say to the league for the next superstar that wants to come? They ain't taking no pay cut. Oh, last time you had a player that took a pay cut, you guys send him, you know what I'm saying, flying on the next thing out. Or what does that say to RJ when it's RJ's turn to get the contract? Hey, why don't you take less money because we need to, nah, man, I had already seen what y'all did around. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so you can look at it. You can look at it that way too.
The thing with RJ, he's being built for that position though. He's answering the media. He's made for New York. He's not. You know, he's being the media scapegoat in a sense. Like he never shied away from the media. So he's already being built for New York. So
no, but I'm just saying about the contract though. When it's time for him to get money, if they send Jules away and I'm RJ, I'm like, no, I'm taking all the money I can get.
All the money, yep. And you're gonna put in a trade kicker. Yep,
and no trade clause. Yep. Just because you did my boy, like, I mean, not my boy, but I seen what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like you yeah. That's just kind of like I'm saying, looking at both sides. I can see that happening too.
See, that's why the thing that my fault. They don't want to talk to.
No, go ahead. Who's that, anyways?
That's Darley.
Okay.
Oh, I ain't seen Darley in a minute. What up, Darley?
What it do?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Nah, I was just gonna say, y'all know that me, I'm one of the biggest RJ fans, but like my whole thing with RJ stands that scares me is that people tend to overrate him, and it's like people want him to become this and become that, and it's like it's a young man who's learning how to play NBA basketball. Well, if people are already saying he's gonna be something before he has a chance to see what he's gonna become, it's like we're just gonna do what we did to Randle as soon as he hits it, if he does something bad, and that's what scares me. To me, it's just like you gotta let the young man become whatever he is supposed to become. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because people are sitting there like I seen people say that the most craziest stuff, man, talking about, you know, RJ is going to be a superstar and this, that, and the fourth. I was like, what if he doesn't become that? Now you guys are going to throw him to the wolves? Like, let him become what he's supposed to become.
Not all fans, but I know what you mean.
Dolly, you talking like you're not from New York, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You from New York. You already know.
Third person, right?
Yeah, you already you already know what it's going to be.
From the BX, baby. Don't get it twisted now.
Nah, man. Nah, it's you talking like you from New Rochelle, bro. Come on, man. You already know what this is gonna be. You know,
because I'm making sense.
Because it's reasonable, but you already know a New York minute is not really 60 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It's 1 second. That's a New York minute, bro. That's just what it is. Just like when you do good and the world is your oyster, you mess around and do bad, it's gonna be the complete opposite. The world gonna be your frog, bro. You know how it is. They cheer you 1 minute and boo you the next, and you got to be prepared to handle both at any given second.
And they've been doing Jules like that too. They booed him, and then he was on a fast break and blocked somebody, and they cheered right afterwards. You know, in less than 30 seconds. And then I even heard a couple of MVP chants on the low. I'm like, what?
Right. It's right. Like think about this. Towards the end of Derek Jeter's career, he used to get booed every day at the end of his career. Mm-hmm. Derek Jeter, bro. They booed Derek Jeter. You know what I'm saying? They booed Reggie Jackson. They ran Reggie Jackson out of Mr. October.
Yeah, Clyde said he was getting booed too, though. You know what I'm saying? So it just comes with the territory. That's
what I'm saying. It just comes with the territory, man. You just got to be prepared for it because it's great when you get it and it's harsh when you get it, and you just got to be prepared. Now, Julius Randle not being from here, I don't think he was prepared for either. I don't because when they used to cheer his name, you can tell he was an uncomfortable star. You could tell he was like, "Wow, they cheering me just because I scored 20 points." And then now that things are going bad, they booing him mercilessly, and he can't handle that either. You know, and no knock on Julius Randle because at the end of the day, Julius Randle is probably one of the best people we've ever had as a Knick, as a person. You know what I'm saying? As a person, he probably one of the best people, but as a star. If people don't care about that stuff because all they care about is winning. If you're not winning us a chip, you win the way.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
And Unc, you know what it is? Like I've been saying, this team overachieved last season. And in doing that, our expectations as Knicks fans, not speaking for us, but for the most part, people have higher expectations on these players than what they actually are, like you're saying. People think that Julius Randle is supposed to be, LeBron James.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's not LeBron James at all. But
what happened is he shows the flashes of doing
Yeah.
stuff that LeBron can do. Not everything. No, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
chase down blocks. You know what I'm saying? Taking anybody to the cup, whether a big is down there rim defending, like it don't matter. Step back trays. He's that 3-level scorer that he can be. For a big man like that, he got nice handles across you over. You know what I'm saying? And get to the cup, but
Yeah, I think because Julius Randle is 250, bro. Julius Randle, think about this. Julius Randle and Jericho Sims are about the same size, and look at the things that Julius Randle can do with a basketball.
Yeah,
but Unc, my gripe with Julius, this is where it comes in with me. I will never, for the life of me, understand his defensive effort some of these games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is the explanation for him literally walking around, or I'll do you one even better, standing in the paint while his man is wide open in the corner and just saying, "Oh, you know what? Go ahead and shoot the 3." It's like you're at the park and you playing against a guy and you like, "Oh, he's not a shooter, but he's made 2 or 3 3-pointers."
He just has mental lapses. He's still thinking about the play before instead of moving on from it. You know what I'm saying? But when he's locked in, he's locked in. You saw what he did to KD out there. You know what I'm saying? Like he could guard players out on the perimeter at that size too. So his on ball defense is up there. But when he has to be in help defense or he's down in the low post guarding the corner, like you mentioned,
yeah,
he's not in that moment.
I think that's Tibbs' fault, though. I think that's a schematic fault for Tibbs, because you shouldn't be asking, and think about this. This is both players. You shouldn't be asking Mitchell Robinson nor Julius Randle to scramble out to the corners to guard 3-pointers. In my opinion, all you're asking, because bigs are so fragile that when you ask them to do wing player stuff, you just begging for them to get hurt, right? Like for instance, Mitch is underneath the rim, just protecting the rim, and somebody in the corner is open for 3. You shouldn't have to ask Mitchell Robinson, your center, to scramble all the way out to the corner to contest a 3, because once he leaps in the air, reckless, there's nothing. Who knows what's going to happen when he come down? And it's the same thing for Julius Randle at 250. If your defense calls for you to have open lapses like that in your defensive scheme, and you see it every night, then you have a scheme problem. You don't have a Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this. You got 4 other players on the floor. Where are your other 4 players at that they can't recover to those corner 3s?
Because it's the big man's job to protect the paint,
to protect and rebound, right?
And rebound, yeah. So if he does that, he did his job. You know what I'm saying? It's like you mentioned, it's the other 4 players to get out on the perimeter and play. And if you have a Mitchell Robinson and a Jules down there, there's no reason for both of them to be down either in the low post or in the paint around the rim, because you're just defeating the whole purpose. So
right,
and
sub. You know what else too? Think about this. If Mitchell Robinson or Julius Randle or Obi Toppin, whoever's at the rim, if they have to scramble out to the corner to cover a 3, that means you got 2 other players bunched up somewhere else. Why are they bunched up somewhere else?
You're right. No, that's facts. That's facts. And you know who it normally is? It's normally your boy Burks or Fournier.
Or Kemba, because they got beat.
Right. And that's the problem with this lineup. That's why I'm not understanding is, and we all know this, right? Why is Mitch or whoever the big man, like Mitch, Randle, why are they playing 2 for 1? Why do they have to guard your dude up top and also protect the paint? Because you have piss poor defenders out there at the same time. So it's not even like we have it's just Fournier out there by himself. No, you have 2 or 3 bad defenders out there at the same time, and you wonder why their defensive lapses can't be shielded, because you don't have enough perimeter defenders out there. So when you have those many bad defenders out there, their bad efforts can't be shielded. And now you see how bad of a defender like Fournier and Kimba are
at
because
the
they
same,
don't have that elite.
especially at the same time, bro.
I just explained at the beginning of this show that they both got cooked back on the first two plays by Duncan Robinson. He hit a tray on Kemba, then he hit another tray on Fournier to start the game off for those first 6 points. And neither one of them fought through the screen, and neither one of them saw the screen with their peripherals, and neither one of them called out the screen.
Right.
Like that's a lack of communication when you're out on the court. You know what I'm saying? If I know I can't guard nobody, I'm asking for help on the jump, on the switch.
Hey, Sub, and when you made the point, I agree with you, right? But you know what though, Eric Spoelstra knew that going into that game.
Yeah,
he knew that. So that wasn't even Fournier's fault. That was Thibodeau's fault because you know what happened. RJ, who could have rotated over, he didn't rotate over. He stayed with PJ Tucker, who was wide open in the corner for three, and Fournier couldn't scramble back. But then if you notice on the next couple trips down, Tibbs told RJ Tucker wound up getting wide open looks for three. Right? That wasn't even is Fournier a terrible defender? Yes. Is Kimba a terrible defender? Yes. But was it Tibbs' scheme, the ice pick and roll, that had a lot to do with it? Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you know Duncan Robinson's a shooter, we all know he's a shooter. Why aren't you connected to the hip by him right from the jump? You know what I'm saying? He's not fast.
No, you know and he's not shifty either. And
yeah,
he's not
exactly.
athletic.
So
and he don't have handles.
Exactly. So if he goes and gets water, I'm gonna go get water too. Then you know what I'm saying? Like we stuck together today.
Right. But the thing is with Fournier still, even though we know that Fournier is still not a good defender. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so Tibbs knew that, so he was like, "Yo, like to Sub's fault, to Sub's point. I'm sorry, to Sub's point. He said, "Yo, if Duncan Robinson go get a cup of water, you go get a cup of water. You stay with him the whole time." But he couldn't. So Tibbs was like, "Yo, RJ, help him when he do that." And then when RJ helped him, then the backside three was wide open. It's the same thing the Phoenix Suns did to us actually the Chicago Bulls did it to us last year with Lauri Markkanen and another dude. And ever since then,
blueprint
teams have been exposing that against Tibbs.
Backdoor?
You hit it on the head. So now RJ got to stay there to prevent the back door, right? But at the same time, RJ Barrett got to cover two dudes on the weak side defense, and whoever they kick it to, RJ got to pick one. RJ go to one, the other one's gonna be wide open for three, and Tibbs still does not come out of that ice pick and roll defense and play a head up man to man.
That's funny. I want to highlight three things. That's funny, yo. One, I know this is a sidebar. Another team with the same issue, but they have the better talent. The Blazers. They got two guys in the backcourt can't defend. So they got Norman Powell who can, but same scenario. He got to cover for them. Now I know that was a sidebar, but it's just I see why they're so bad. So, but you see they have better talent. That's why they're able to get a little further than us. But anyway, one thing I want to highlight. Another thing I want to highlight. Number two, Grimes was on Hero. Grimes kind of. I think he gave Hero. I think he irritated that man a little bit last night too.
Yeah, he turned him over twice.
Yeah, and then I noticed Grimes knocked him down by accident. He tried to help him up. Hero ain't even want his help getting up. So I know he was frustrated with with Grimes. Now that's another thing.
It wasn't just Grimes though, but go ahead.
No, it wasn't just Grimes. Three, the Knicks. This is the thing with Tibbs. It's one thing that he's a defensive coach and he has an outdated offensive scheme.
All right.
The man is a defensive coach and also has an outdated defensive schemes. And that's bad as well. It's like you would think for a basketball junkie, the man would be a defensive guru and put a stop to star players when they come in our arena. You think he would put a stop to that happen? He makes the worst adjustments on defense, and it's like you look at him like, yo, what is this? Like all this collapsing and. I mean, my thing is, my thing is, I would just let guys go man, just let them go man or zone. Just run the zone.
That's the problem, Cully. That's what he needs to do is run the zone. When you have a piss poor defenders, that's what you do. You run the zone. But his issue is he wants to run this rinky-dink man-to-man defense and say,
Right.
you know what, Mitch or whoever else is down low, bail us out. And that's the whole problem. Now you have guys getting blown by, and then the rotations are bad because they're already bad defensive players. So if
Right.
they can't even guard their man, they can't even get the switch on the rotation. Yeah, they have no IQ on defense.
Right.
And he has this cheat help defense. Like, oh, just cheat over, but it costs us every time, because then you gotta when the team when they blow by the first man, the guy cheats over. He's gonna the ball handler's gonna kick it to his man to help kick it to his man. Then you got that man trying to recover back on his.
Yeah.
That person probably he done swung the ball already to the next man, and it's a whole.
Meanwhile, their offense got back actions in the back of the play, threatening the rim. So you got to sag back to make sure that they don't get easy layups, and then you got a man open in the corner for three, and then you got Mitchell Robinson guarding Duncan Robinson at the top of the key because they got messed up in the switch, and Mitch backs up just to give him a little airspace, and Duncan Robinson, that's all he needs to shoot the three.
Oh.
Right.
That's all teams do. They either get the switch on the big and get the guard on the big, or what do? They get one of their best offensive players on yours truly, Fournier or Kemba or whoever else is out there who can't play defense, and they attack. Just like the other night, it doesn't even have to be a superstar level player. Noel or whatever his name is off the Timberwolves went at Fournier that fourth quarter. Yeah. This is a guy who's off the bench for Minnesota. It doesn't matter who it is. When you have a guy that bad on defense, anybody can just have a feast.
Yeah, that's why either they got to trade Kemba or just let him walk. You know what I'm saying? Just either trade him or let him go, or let him go. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have to have that problem. And then move Fournier to the second unit. You know what I mean? With all those defenders. You know what I'm saying? Because then you have Grimes out there. You have I put probably Kemba out there. I mean, not Kemba. Not Obi.
Reddish.
Yeah, Reddish out there with length. Yeah, because he has that athleticism. You know what I'm saying, to help out and that length. So I would have put Reddish and Grimes and IQ and put
Obi.
Yeah. And Obi, yeah.
We got to mix and match it though. You just got to mix and match it though, and get rid of Kemba. But
you just can't have, like I'm saying, you just can't. We don't have an elite perimeter defender. I know people want RJ. His potential is there, but he's not there yet. So as of right now, you do not have an elite perimeter defender to where you can shield these guys. That's why I'm saying, Fournier coming in, people were like, oh, you know what? He's a willing defender, so and so. Because he had elite perimeter defenders like Jaylen Brown, like Jonathan Isaac, who covered for him. We don't have anybody to cover for Fournier. So you know what happens to Fournier? He's left on the island by himself where he's playing mystical defense, pointing at the guy and watching him blow by him. That's what you see from Fournier.
Mm-hmm. He actually he's put on the forefront on this team where he has to guard his man. Or it's like you can't hide him. It's hard to hide him. It's like because you don't have – RJ's not that wing defender yet. However – he would look good alongside another good wing defender. RJ's defense is not horrible, so RJ's a decent defender. However, he can't be it as the primary wing defender. He can't. He's just not it at the primary.
No,
I agree with Kaiser. I agree with Kaiser too. Like we got to get these journeymen. That's what I'm saying. These journeymen have to go. I don't understand why we're playing guys who are career, pass arounds over guys who you invest draft picks into to be something. I don't understand why Burks is putting up goose eggs and you're subbing him back into the game. But when somebody like Obi, who you've been complaining about, he's actually doing his job and shooting 75% from three in a game, and you take him out.
Yeah, and no, Sam, I agree with you.
It's trying to understand someone who's insane, and we're not going to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
The mind of a madman, and we can't figure that out because we're not trying to go that route. You know what I'm saying? Because us, we know who we would play, but that's just not who it is. Did you hear what Evan said? That the team needs to adapt. That the team needs to adapt. Did you hear that?
You know what he needs to adapt to, Sub? He needs to adapt to that bench role that he is well deserving of. And they need to go ahead and just replace him with Grimes right now, because I'm telling you right now, somebody just put it in the chat, and I agree 100%. If you put Grimes in there, RJ doesn't always have to guard the best player. But since you don't want to put Grimes there, then you're forcing RJ to basically give up all his effort on defense, and then you're mad on offense when he does the 2-pound dribble and he's out of breath because he's chasing around the best offensive player on the other side of the ball.
We're doing the same thing we did last year. We're starting the game off in an 11-0 deficit. You know what I'm saying? Last year we could stop them from scoring, but this year we can't. We can't stop them from scoring, and now we can't score on the offensive end either. So yeah, you got.
So what was so your point though that you brought up about Evan Fournier, right? What I gather from what Evan Fournier was saying is this: when teams get out and they take away your half-court offense, then we should look to get out and run and push the pace. That way we won't have to play against teams set defense all the time. That's what I was gathering from what Evan Fournier was saying. He was saying basically, look, man, I'm paraphrasing what I heard from Fournier. Look, man, Randle and half court work sometimes. It's not gonna work all the time. When it's not working, get out in transition and run and see if we can take advantage of our athleticism and 3-point shooting in the open court. Because what happens is we'll get a defensive stop, and instead of us getting out and taking advantage of Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes and Fournier who can shoot open threes,
exactly,
we walk the ball back
walk
up,
it up
and,
the court,
and walk it up and try it again with Julius Randle.
Walk it up the court, do side-to-side dribble, burn 10 seconds off the shot clock, and then
run that stupid weave that everybody know what you're doing.
And then we're mad when they they do hot potato with the ball for 10 more seconds.
Yeah,
and then we have to jack up a bad shot.
Julius Randle hold it for 6 seconds.
All right.
Then we got 3 seconds to find out what we're gonna do. Quickly take a 30-footer. We mad because Quickly missed.
Yeah,
that's what I was kind of thinking when he was talking about, just less ISO Randle and more sets. You know what I'm saying? Getting him more clean looks.
And I was thinking about getting out and running.
And the problem is you have a coach who doesn't want to do either one of the things that y'all just mentioned.
He don't want to do.
He doesn't want to run offensive sets, and he does not want to get out and run. He wants to play half court, 90s
grind it out.
Yeah, beat him in the paint, and that you know what, that's his issue on defense too. Because what I'm noticing is, I don't know about y'all, he's allowing these teams to shoot threes as if they can't make them. He would rather them shoot a wide open three, even though they can hit it, than he'd rather guard the paint than just give that up. And I don't understand, when you have a willing 3-point shooter, these guys can hit shots. This is not the 90s where you have guys who have never attempted a jumper. Like we have guys on our team like a Noel who if they shoot the ball, you're turning the TV off.
Right.
Yeah, I would say to you this. I agree with Fournier with what Fournier was saying. I think the answer because do y'all agree that this team is deep? Y'all think we got a deep team, deeper than anybody in the NBA?
We said that at the beginning of the year. We had a deep 15. We had a freshman team, a JV team, and a varsity team.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that, Freezy. I was gonna say, I mean, this might sound crazy because Tibbs is the coach, but I was gonna say, maybe you don't have to. I mean, some guys, I guess, got to get traded. Like some of the vets, I guess.
Oh yeah, they gotta go.
Thinking that, what if you just keep them and make them the help, and prioritize the younger guys? What if you bring the younger guys to the forefront, and then bring the vets in for help?
That's what Cornerstone Cavs said on the pod couple earlier today. Exactly what you just said. Yeah,
don't run it through the vets. It's clearly not working through the vets. So why don't you prioritize the youngins, bring their minutes up, because they can handle the minutes that you want them to play, these 35, 40 minutes. They bring, you know what I'm saying, then have the veterans, play off of them. That's how I look at it.
Also slows the game down for the second unit, which is the starters, and it slows the game down for there's not that many possessions. So when the first unit that likes to run and gun comes back in, they have fresh legs and they're ready to pick up the pace where they left off.
Yeah, I think Tibbs is, man, Cully. I think you may have said it, and I don't know if I'm crediting you or discrediting you. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think you were saying that you were tired of Tibbs. It might be time for Tibbs to go.
Oh no,
I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, I was about to say I've joined the club now.
I think I don't want to fire. I get tired of getting a coach every year and a half, bro.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. that's something that we're just used to it. It's something we already used to it. So it's like,
yeah, I know, and the thing is, I don't want to be used to that, bro. I wanna be in a situation where we have stability. But Tibbs, but if Tom Thibodeau don't take he like the you know how y'all used to go on field trips, and the person that used to drive the activity bus used to drive like 10 miles below the speed limit, no matter where you going. And you like, yo, come on, bro, you on the highway right out here. Come on, man, you got to take your foot off the throttle. We ain't gonna never get where we want to go if you don't take your foot off the brake. And that's what it is. It's like when you take your mom somewhere and she want to drive. Like, Mom, you 80 years old. You're not driving us. You gonna get in the back seat. I'm driving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is with Tibbs, is Tibbs ain't gonna do that.
Nope.
And the more we say we want Tibbs to do it, the more he gonna dig in and say he ain't gonna do it.
Yep.
Yeah, just like when the crowd chanted for Obi to come in, he's like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no Obi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Cully? It's like this, and I'm gonna just add on to what Uncle's saying. It's like him just getting beat down with the left hook. And the trainer's like, you know what, Tibbs, please put your block up, please.
Yeah.
But Tibbs is like, nah, man, I can take all them punches. I can get beat down. I can lose all these games. I'm still gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah. Hey, and Sam, it's the other thing too, I was just gonna mention is you're not gonna see the true version of cats like Emmanuel Quickly until I believe until Tibbs is gone.
Right.
Like right now, Tibbs has got Emmanuel's Quickly offense so off that you're not gonna see the real version of Quickly until Tibbs is gone. Like right now, we believe that Quickly is not a real point guard, and when we believe Quickly's offense, Quickly's not in a slump, bro. Quickly is just not an offensive player.
He's thinking too much, trying to set the table and get everybody else involved instead of being that microwave.
But when you got Tibbs yelling at him, Tibbs yelling at him all game long, my man can't play his natural game.
That was my point, Unc. It's like you got a guy who is trying to change your gameplay. Like, that's not what he does.
He already had to have his game changed from last year, from all the rule changes and the leg kickouts and all that. You know what I'm saying? What's the name mentioned it as well? Van Gundy. He's like, he should go to the rim a lot more. He's a high percentage free throw. He had to switch up his game for games.
But that's not what Tibbs want him. That's not what Tibbs allowed him to do.
Yeah, Tibbs want him to pass it around.
That's the advice. That's the advice Gilbert Arenas gave to Nate Robinson when Larry Brown was coaching the Knicks. Larry Brown told Nate Robinson had he shot the ball and Larry Robinson tore him apart. This was like in his rookie year, his first couple years. He tore Nate Robinson apart. So Nate Robinson got the ball. He was on a fast break. Instead of taking the ball up, he reset the offense. And the coach balked at him for that again. Gilbert Arenas told him after the game. I think Nate Robinson ended up scoring a bucket later on, but Gilbert Arenas told him after the game, like, yo, play your game, play your game. Don't let nobody change you, And that's what Tibbs is doing. That's the old school mindset of these coaches, and these are the coaches that the Knicks stay away from. These no nonsense, quote unquote no nonsense coaches. They got to stop with these coaches. It's time. It's a new generation. It's a new era. We gotta start fresh, We're not gonna stop with these lightning in a bottle coaches, We're not gonna win fast. We gotta do it organically. We gotta do it the right way, like every other team.
Hey, I just got one question. Just got one question for y'all, real quick. Yeah, which telecast do y'all watch when y'all watch most games? Y'all watch the MSG telecast?
Yeah, I watch the MSG.
Yeah. I like to watch the other one because they be hating on us.
Yeah, so, I like to watch the other team too. But the last 10 games, last 15 games or so, I have been watching the alternate version where it just show you like the backcourt from so anyway, basically there's no broadcast. Bro, them shots that y'all be seeing Quickly shoot from out of nowhere, I've been hearing Tibbs yell at him to shoot it.
I bet.
And he just jack it up right there on the spot.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
Like, shoot the three. And so before that, I was like, yo, why does Quickly just randomly jack threes from just anywhere?
Yep.
And it's because Tibbs be screaming at him. This is the last 10 games, and I don't know about all season, but the last 10 games or so I've been watching, Tibbs have been giving him the directive to, if he got an open look, take it. Right? Telling him when to shoot it. And then when he don't shoot it, Tibbs take him out the game.
Take him out. Yep. Yank him out.
Yeah. No, it's hard to play a game like that. It's not, I don't know, it's just not motivational.
No,
it's just if you're not a natural point guard, it's like the quarterback position. You can't just throw anybody in to be the quarterback. They have to know the offense. They have to know what the receivers' timing on where they're going to be at, where they're like things like that. And that's why you see quickly overthrowing, whether it's Burks or whether it's Obi or whether it's Cam, he overthrows them on leak outs. He doesn't catch up on the oops. It's all that time. You can't just expect somebody just to jump into the game and change positions at that position at all things and just not skip a beat. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. Let's get these guys into their natural positions and we'll look way different. Let's get Rose back and we'll look way different.
And then just think about this too. When it comes to guys like Taj, right? This is not even like the guy, is deserving of these minutes. We picked him up off the street. You know why? Because nobody else wanted Taj Gibson. But Tibbs, because that's Tibbs, one of his favorite old toys. He has to go get him off the street and give him a pay raise after he comes and shows up for a season. And now you have him playing over a guy like Sims who actually has some type of promise. But no, you would rather throw Taj Gibson out there, who is telling you himself that he doesn't want to be out there. If you've seen his body language, Taj Gibson after 5 minutes wants to be on the bench.
He's like, oh, you can tell. He's like, oh, come on, you got me. Right. It's like you got me doing this.
That's why he gets called for those illegal screens, because he wants out, and he still doesn't get pulled after those.
Did y'all see Jericho Sims catch that lob yesterday?
Yep.
Yeah. He went behind the head with two hands.
I didn't see it.
I said the whole.
It's all right, Cully. You won't see it again with Tibbs.
You won't see. Yeah, but the thing is they thought RJ was throwing passes like that to Taj, and Taj was looking
breaking his back.
Yeah, one of them went out of bounds, right? And so you like, Taj, come on, bro. And you can tell Taj is looking like, yo, I just came here to be the mentor.
Right.
I didn't come here to be.
That's what I'm saying. Taj is like, man, I came here to be Udonis Haslem, and you're asking me to be Bam.
And you notice Udonis Haslem didn't play yesterday, right?
Right. That's what should be happening to Taj. He should only get in if it is literally 35 plus lead. I should not even see.
He shouldn't even play then. If I'm them, I'm doing Taj like they do Haslam. I'm like, yo, if we not up by 50, or if we not up by 50, you're not getting in. Or I'm not putting you in unless a team keep flagrant fouling us, and I need somebody to go in and punch the other team in the face.
All right.
That's you and Udonis. You the only time Udonis has him get in is when he need to send a message to the other team.
Exactly. He do his job and get out.
Yeah.
Come in to rally the troops, ignite a comeback, then get him out of there. Like
immediately.
Go upside some heads and sit them back down. That's it. Yo.
Hey, Herb Williams. Remember we had Herb Williams?
Yeah.
That's about sub. Let me ask you this, because I don't know if I'm gonna talk to you again before Saturday. What your 49ers gonna do this weekend, bro?
We're gonna win. We're gonna take over the stadium. You heard they didn't even trying to sell us tickets.
What?
Yeah, they try to say you have to have a zip code in the areas to get tickets, because we flooded the stadium with Niner fans. So they was trying to make that happen, but it ain't gonna happen. Like,
oh wow,
we're gonna get in there.
y'all own the Rams, right?
Yeah, we 4-0 against McVay. Like Shanahan don't like them.
Oh wow. So basically you're saying the 49ers are automatically in the Super Bowl?
Most definitely. We got them figured out, so ain't worried about it.
Okay. All right.
So I'd rather see y'all in there, because I'm sick of the Rams, and we know what the Rams are good for.
They like Brooklyn. They trying to buy a chip.
Yeah, they're good. The Rams are good for making it there and choking. That's what their history shows, and that's not what I want to see. I don't want to see them make it to the Super Bowl, and then it's just one of those like the Panthers when they made it, and it's like, man, what am I watching?
Oh man, come on, bro. You
and then Freezer, I know you remember that one. That was just one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was the Vomit Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Hey, I'm gonna go out on the limb right now, and I'm going to declare your Cincinnati Bengals gonna be the Super Bowl champs.
That's fair though, because they're hot right now.
I
don't want to see Kansas City, so personally, I'd rather see Cincinnati.
I think it's going to be a 49ers Bengals rematch in the Super Bowl.
That'll be good, actually.
Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first.
Listen. I hate to say this, but I'm a Falcons fan, so just for me not seeing Tom Brady in there is a blessing for me. So honestly, I don't care who wins at this point. Tom Brady's done. I hope so. And then we've already got Sean Payton retired. So the Falcons are going to be probably the first team in a trash division to make the playoffs because everybody else is just going to be that much worse.
Well, Sean Payton can't coach for another team for a year, so he has to sit out a year if he wants to go coach somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah, he got 3 years left on his Saints deal. So so he got to sit out. The
Saints are already negative $74 million cap too. That's another thing.
Who is?
The Saints. They're negative $74 million cap. That's what I'm saying. It's really
they about to cut everybody.
Yeah, that's probably the real reason why he left, because he realized that the Taysom Hill extension was real. It wasn't a joke.
they in trouble, man. They gonna be. Yeah, they gonna be. They in trouble, bro. Yeah, man.
I just want to know, what do y'all think about these guys? I just really don't understand why we're seeing guys like Taj and Burks. I just really I don't get it anymore, because it's not it. Burks last year I would understand because he was actually making the shots. But
he was closing. He was closing games for.
But he's been trash for a while now, and he's
been playing out of position too, though.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I gave him that once at sub. I gave him that at one point. I said, you know what? He's playing, too many minutes, and he's also being at the point guard, which we know he was going to struggle with. But now,
starting,
it's everything with Burks. He's not even hitting the shot.
That's the big problem, Sam. He's starting. He should not be starting on any team.
Right. What was he doing last year, Cully? He was giving you 15 to 20 solid minutes. Now you're playing him 40 a night.
I'm telling you, it's the Rose effect. It's the Rose effect. Rose missing, it messed everybody's game up.
Yeah.
I miss D Rose, man. Oh my God, Oh man, we don't lose half of these games if D Rose was here.
And see, I can't even say that, Cully, because it's just been so bad with Tibbs. I don't even know. I don't even know if we would have still won with D Rose out there the way
he could have been playing major minutes. You know that?
Yeah, he would have given him the Kimba treatment and had him playing 43 games in a row.
Yeah.
We gotta do something about Tibbs, yo.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I think the thing about Tibbs, man, if I'm the front office, I'm going to Tibbs like, yo, these next 15 games,
show me
you better do something, or we gonna do something.
Show me something.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If either, because the thing about it is you told us this what you wanted, we gave you what you wanted. Now we stuck here, and now we in a situation we might not be able to recover. You better do something, or we gonna do something. So, State, what's good?
What up, State? Happy belated.
Hold on, I'm coming on.
Yo, hey, State, we was just about to get off, bro. We got like 2 minutes.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Yeah, man. And listen, I know you love Randle, bro. I know you love Randle, and I know you love Tibbs. and I know you love Tibbs, and I know you about to come in here and argue with us about how you did wrong about Randle and Tibbs. But we only got like 2 minutes, bro.
Nah.
He said that's all he need.
I just want the organization, and I just want the organization to pick a direction. The reason why I was kind of annoyed with last season was basically I felt like we didn't have enough talent, and I felt like we was on RJ's timeline. Now, rightfully so, he's gotten paid and he earned his contract. He earned his money. Burks earned his money. Nerlens earned their money. All of them earned their money. But at the end of the day, we're still in a rebuild, regardless if anybody in here like it or not. We're in the third year of this rebuild, and we looking like a middle of the road team. So I would like for the Knicks to at least make a move, even if you don't trade Randle. Trade some of these vets and put the kids on the floor with Randle and see if that works.
Right.
Like, just do something to help him out and help out RJ, because I don't like losing, bro. We keep losing these silly games. And I miss Derrick Rose too. But let's be real, bro. If Derrick Rose was here, would you see Grimes? No.
Right. That's
No.
what I'm saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
Things happen, yo. That God, the NBA gods wanted Grimes to play. He's playing. We got our wishes, but you know, let's see, man. Let's see. It had to been a reason why Cam Reddish wasn't playing. So you see the reports today. Everybody's on the trade block, basically all the vets. So I want to see. Let Leon Rose cook.
I don't think Leon Rose is capable of making a major move, bro.
I think he is, but I just give him a chance.
I speculated a big package, but I don't know.
For me, why not? My thing on what the Knicks should really do is really trade for Fox. Even though I don't like the fit, I seen today he was one of the worst jump shooters right behind Julius Randle. But we need a point guard, bro. We need a point guard, man.
Hey, State. I was gonna say this though, because the thing with De'Aaron Fox is we're enamored with his speed and explosiveness to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
But Tibbs is the complete opposite, bro. He loves to have a slow pace.
Exactly.
So if you get De'Aaron Fox, you're gonna neutralize everything De'Aaron Fox do as a player. It's just like how he's neutralized. In my opinion, he's neutralizing Emmanuel quickly right now. No, don't run up and down the floor. Don't throw the lob to Obi. Don't take risks. Value every possession. Slow it all the way down. It's like why old school rappers don't rap with East Coast rappers, because like old school down south rappers, they like to rap at a certain pace and they ain't gonna speed up their pace for nobody.
Yeah,
and that's what Tibbs is. Tibbs is E40. That's what Tibbs is, bro. And I know y'all love E40. Shout out to E40.
Bang, bang on the game.
Yo, you know it's real. You know it's real. Name me one other team in the NBA right now that has 3 players at least that is shooting under 40% from the field. That's getting rotation.
But that's Tibbs' fault though. That's what Tibbs wants.
It is. So I would like, before we even trade Randle, like, is it a possible? Can I see Randle under a different coach? Can I see Randle and RJ under a different coach, different offensive system?
I hope so.
I would love to. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think what Randle does is in a vacuum is a very unique skill set, right? A lot of people can't do it. A lot of people's 250-pound big man can't do the stuff that Randle do, right?
And he's healthy for
right, and he always healthy, right? And so, but the thing is under Tibbs though, grind each possession. You don't get to see Randle zoom up and down the floor. You don't get to see him take advantages of his physical gifts. You get to see Randle butt his head up against set defenses. What I would like to do is because the Knicks average about 80 shots a game. What I would like to see the Knicks set is about 95 shots a game. And I know 15 shots a game sounds like a lot more, and it is. But what that does is it means we are getting up and down the floor, getting more uncontested shots in transition. You get to see Obi Toppin full throttle. You get to see quickly full throttle. You get to see RJ Barrett not just go up against set defenses, but RJ Barrett in transition, right? You get to see Mitchell Robinson use his explosive athleticism in the open floor as opposed to just getting putbacks and dunks.
Who's running the point?
Who do you prefer? My preference in an up and down pace, I would love to see Emmanuel quickly be the point guard in an up and down the floor setting, so that you could see his true passing skills, his true shooting skills, and all that stuff, as opposed to him just jacking up shots in the half court.
Yeah,
I would rather see my point guard set in that setting. I'm benching Kemba, right, and I'm going with Quickly as a starter. McBride is his backup, and we zooming up and down the floor. That's my preference.
IQ scored his first contact layup last night.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, we're gonna take a lot of lumps with IQ at the point missing those oops because he don't have the timing down. So if you're willing to do that, then it is what it is.
But if we lose, guess what we've been doing anyway?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying though it's gonna be frustrating though. But I mean, at the same time, Randle does trust IQ and he will pass the ball back to him. So I give him that.
Yeah, and so the thing is, if you start zooming up and down the court, right, and we lose games, we've already been losing, right? Yeah. But if you zoom up and down the court, and you find something,
exactly,
then you tried something, and you tried something different. You made an adjustment, and then it worked.
You know what it is? They're not gonna do it because Mr. Gremlin off of Lord of the Rings. He just can't stand to watch that. He can't.
Right.
He can't. It's like every time that he sees us on the fast break, it's like somebody is just taking a shot at him. Like he's just getting hit by a ghost on the sideline. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Yo, I could give y'all a good example. The clear difference the way the Knicks play and everybody else, because the Knicks to me got the worst offense in basketball. Like I watch every other team, they look fun to watch. It was a play in the Cavaliers, and Kevin Love got the rebound, and he was playing us, right? So I was thinking to myself, if Randle got this rebound, that man would have dribbled his slow caboose up the court. Kevin Love advances the ball. Something I wish Randle would do every single time. Advance the ball. And little stuff like that is frustrating, man. Little stuff like that is really
Kevin Love was always doing that though when he had LeBron on the team though. He'd always outlet for those fast breaks.
Yeah.
That's just his style of play. You know what I mean? I don't know if like you mentioned if Randle has his head up looking for the next play. Randle, I don't know if he has
downhill. Yeah, Randle's downhill.
I don't know if he looks for the next play. You know how some players look for the next play and sees the play happening before it happens and who's cutting. I don't think he has that vision to have that.
It's sad because he's looking up. Yo, he's looking up, dribbling up the court. You see RJ and probably somebody else streaking down the court.
Yeah, he sees it.
You still don't want to pass.
Yeah, he sees it. Trust me.
I think that's Tibbs. I think that's Tibbs, bro. I think it's less Randle and more Tibbs.
Knicks fan Wallen said it in the chat. Love is just a high IQ player.
Yeah. He's got the high IQ. We know that. That's why he's still in the league now.
Yeah, because I think it's Tibbs because Elfrid Payton last year would grab the rebound and get ready to take off, and Tibbs would be screaming like, "No!" And he'll slow it all the way down, and give it to Randle, and Randle initiate the offense.
I think Tibbs is okay with only one guy going full speed, and that's only when he does, and that's D Rose.
Yeah. Cully, I was just about to say that because think about it. Last season, right, when D Rose had that connection with Obi for like a few weeks in a row, he would hit Obi when Obi's leaking out, and there would be no complaints.
Yeah. Well. I mean,
his friend. Rose can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, what y'all saying is it takes a former league MVP for Tibbs. If you're not a former league MVP, Tibbs ain't gonna listen to you. Basically.
That or a high contract.
If you're not the reason he still has a career, you can't help him.
Well, yeah, right. You got it. Yeah, right. There you go. That's the reason.
That's where I'm going with it.
Yep. There you go.
Well,
I'm taking it there because, like I said, I was being patient, but now, like I said, I'm just I don't even want to call him by his name anymore. Like I said, he's now being referred to by me as the Gremlin off of Lord of the Rings because that's what he looks like. And I cannot respect a man who just keeps going to bat like this. I mean, it's like he's and then think about it in the post game, he's like about Obi when Obi has a great game, he's like, Obi, he don't know what to say about Obi, but then he's like, oh yeah, we need to give more energy as a team, this and that. You have energy players on the roster in IQ, Grimes, Obi, and what you do, you don't play them. Then you complain about how the team doesn't have any energy. Yes, you don't have energy because you're trotting dinosaurs out there in Taj Gibson and you're trotting guys out there who are shooting 0 for 8.
Right.
Yeah.
What
Coaches say stuff like that when they don't have answers.
Right.
When coaches don't have answers no more, they question people's effort. Like because if they had something schematic, they would say something schematic.
Exactly.
Right. But Tibbs don't have any more schematic, no strategic answers to defeat how teams are defeating him. So basically, he's gonna blame everybody for not playing
And
hard.
I'm gonna give you one better, Unc. Somebody was telling me, they made a good point about how Tibbs called Obi a backup quarterback. It's funny to me that you call Obi a backup quarterback, but you have backup quarterbacks in other positions starting for us.
Yeah.
What's your excuse for that?
Yeah, he's out of control. Yeah, Tibbs
I was looking at Minnesota fans. Comment about Tibbs. I was looking at their comments. So, the same exact thing what we're going through right now with Tibbs is the same exact thing Minnesota fans went with Tibbs. The only difference is he didn't trade one of our young prospects.
Yep, hasn't done it yet.
Or a guy like Jimmy Butler.
You didn't get that.
And Leo Rose already curved him when it came to trading RJ and Mitch. So I want to see, man. I'm in a wait and see moment, man. I want to see what Tibbs could do because he's a Hall of Fame coach, right? We all know this. He has one of the highest winning percentages of all time in the regular season. He has to adjust. Do I think he will adjust?
Never.
Hell no.
No.
He's taking it to the grave.
So do I think Tibbs will last here past next season All-Star break? No.
Nah, he gone.
I wouldn't even go past this
to be honest with you, I think after this upcoming stretch, if I'm gonna be honest with you, if Tibbs don't go 500 in this rough stretch coming up, I think Tibbs is gonna be on the hot seat.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know that sounds impossible for us to be able to go 500 in this upcoming schedule, but Tibbs brought all of this on himself.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, so if he don't up the tempo and get these kids easy baskets, because he been yelling the whole time. Think about how when things are going bad, right? And your boss keep yelling at you, things going bad, and your boss keep yelling at you, and then you looking at your boss like, "Yo, well, give me some answers, and I'll get it right." And your boss tell you to work harder, as if you was not already working hard.
Mm-hmm. My boss told me I'm the hardest worker, so that ain't happening.
Yeah, well,
hey, and then Freezy, it's so funny how people in the chat they agree with everything that we brought up with earlier today. Remember how I said it's been 2 years, right? That Tibbs been the coach.
Right.
We still don't have an out of bounds play. We brought that up earlier. We still don't.
We don't even have out of bounds plays.
We don't have one. How do you call a timeout? Get the out of bounds play. Then you put somebody to inbound the ball who can't inbound the ball. You've seen this. It's the same guys that he's been using that can't inbound the ball, and you're mad when you get a turnover.
Right.
And I have to shout out Julian Blum because you actually you overdid it, and I thought that I really had the nail on the head with the gremlin talk. But Tibbs, the equal comparison of him and the Penguin off of Batman is just I just can't look past it.
Right.
I can't look past it. So you hit that on the head. I'm sorry,
Julian. You've always been saying that for a minute.
Right, man. And so the small things Sam and I are talking about are the things I feel like are gonna doom Tibbs. Like when the other team go on a 10-0 run or we make a mistake and Tibbs call a timeout and the inbound play is just get the ball inbounds, that the coach does not have an offensive bone in his body.
Nope.
Because even with me when I coach, when the coach was out coaching me, you know what I'm saying, strategically, like with a zone or something we couldn't figure, like we didn't do during the walkthrough, I figure every dead ball situation I can draw something up on the whiteboard to get us an easy shot, a good look at the basket.
You weren't writing together on it?
Huh?
You weren't writing together?
Hell no. Hell no. I ain't gonna embarrass myself like that.
Hey, Freezy, he need to do that at this point.
Yeah.
He need to put his pride to the side and just ask, hey, how do I do it? because
Right.
I've been coaching for over 3 decades, and I still don't have an out of bounds play. After 3 decades of coaching NBA basketball, I
Right.
still don't have an out of bounds play that works.
Right. Right. For like, say for instance, if you got your fast personnel out there, if you got your runners out there, say your lineup, say you got a small lineup, say is Quickly, Grimes, RJ, Obi, and say Randle. If you got a fast lineup out there, right? So on my out of bounds play, I'm already starting one per. You got to have an inbounder. I'm putting 3 people across the line, and then I'm putting 1 person under the rim. And then when you slap the ball, I'm having all 3 of my guys sprint to a corner for 3, and having the dude up under the rim run up to the free throw line in order to get an open look. And what that does is it collapses the defense, right? So the dude that sprinted to the corner, right? I'm having one of them cut to the basket, so they get a live look at the basket. And if the guy don't go, then he at least gets a wide open look for 3. Some of this stuff is guaranteed. It's physics. It's science.
And Freezy,
right?
Everything you just said, that's what that's like to Tibbs. You know how he translates that? Charlie Brown. Womp womp womp.
Yeah,
womp. I don't know what you're saying.
That's crazy though, because for someone that's not married and married to the game, he got no kind of plays or out of bounds plays like you mentioned though. Because I used to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? When I used to coach too, I used to steal all the out of bounds plays from the NBA and colleges and have a whole notebook of just out of bounds plays, depending on what grade you're coaching. That way, it's not
right.
Too complicated. The thing with Tibbs, he flails his arms all around, and it's like, yo, you getting all mad? You the problem. I'm like, yo,
you the problem.
And the sad thing is, like, if the crazy thing is too, if he had a clipboard, he would just run through them. But the thing is, he don't
never have one.
plays to have a clipboard.
You noticed that too, Kelly. I've never seen Tibbs with a clipboard. I've never seen him with a clipboard
because
single night.
He have one in his hand. He don't even have.
I've never seen it. He have the assistants hold it for him because
he be breaking them all the time. You don't see it because he be mad. Right. He be breaking them.
Yo, he's horrible. It's horrible. So, it's sad. It's actually. I actually feel bad for Tibbs actually talking about him like this at this point.
Hey, I don't feel bad for him because you know what, he brought this on himself, like Unc said. He knew what he was getting into, and then you just make yourself look more like a clown when you come out here every night with the same thing.
Same thing.
He put it on himself when he got the almighty 4th seed, and he got the Coach of the Year award.
Overachieved.
In a COVID season with 72 games. That's when he started feeling himself. He benched Kemba without even talking to Kemba.
There we go.
Then he inserts Kemba back into the starting lineup. And what's funny is, now that he brought Kemba back again into the starting lineup, the Knicks haven't won a game, and RJ Barrett looks like a spot-up shooter, and Julius Randle can't really play his game with Kemba Walker. So it's tough, man. It's tough. The front office did Randle no favors.
Right.
Randle ego did Randle no favors.
Right.
And this offense does Randle no favors. So I don't know who to blame, man. I don't know.
So I initially I want to blame Leon Rose. Right now though, I'm blaming Tibbs because you so deep into the season that you can't blame Leon Rose no more because basically you got what you got. You go on the wall with what you got.
Right. You know what
I'm saying? Like you're Patrick Ewing not walking through that door.
Exactly.
So you basically you got who you got. So but Tibbs, how about do the easy stuff, bro? How about let your guys run up and down in transition? How about let them run? Young legs want to run, bro. Young legs want to run.
Exactly. You giving 35 minutes a night to everybody. Give it to the youngins who could actually run 35 minutes, yo.
Yeah, man.
Like Kelly mentioned, Kelly always mentions, you gotta match athleticism with athleticism. You
gotta adapt to the modern, yo. We don't. Oh my god. Yo.
You know how much better the Knicks defense would be if Tibbs just inserted Reddish, Sims, and Deuce into this rotation? You know how much better this and more functional this team would look?
Yeah,
like I remember watching Deuce and Quickly in the backcourt, and I like Quickly. I love Quickly. I don't like him as my point guard. He makes stupid decisions, and he's annoying to watch. But Deuce, quickly next to Deuce, calms quickly down.
Yeah.
And Deuce could take on the tougher assignment in the backcourt. So it's on Tibbs, man. It's on Tibbs. You seen
and they both can press that 94 feet. They put pressure at you for the jump. You know what I'm saying? So like you saw what it kind of looked like during summer league. That was cooking in summer league with Obi.
And you know what?
And Jericho too, though. So yeah, you add in a Cam Reddish to that unit.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on how pretty much, for the most part, in my eyes, every single person that you re-signed, I'm not going to include Derrick Rose because he got hurt. Every single person that you brought back in that free agency sucks. They all suck.
We overpaid for him.
Right, and you overpaid for him because you want to show loyalty and allegiance to journeyman and also to a 36-year-old dinosaur who you were able to sign off the street because nobody else wanted.
Yeah.
10 mil?
Yeah, you gave him $5 million. How is he worth $5 million? And you know Mitch is getting paid, even though it's a rookie deal. Mitch is getting paid $1 million. How does Taj Gibson deserve to make more than Mitchell Robinson? You tell me.
Hey, you know the dude in the G League is making more than Mitch, right? The dude Luka Shamanat.
Right.
He making more than Mitch.
That's why I think Mitch is gone, because he's gonna test the waters.
They've waited too late, sub. And somebody's gonna pay him.
Yo, Freezy. Didn't I tell you Mitch on the open market making $70 million? Also, can we bring up something old real quick? Freezy, me and you had a convo this summer. Guess who's an all-star starter this season?
Andrew Wiggins.
My God.
And who could have got him?
Was it? Who was the person campaigning for Andrew Wiggins next to
bro? I'm with you. I'm with you. But Knicks fans can't see past Mark Berman, bro.
Nope.
But Knicks fans can't see past Ian Begley, bro. That's Knicks fans. Anytime Knicks fans are so New York that they can't see past New York, bro. Yo, you know, there's a situation where we could have had taken our pick of Wiggins or DeRozan.
And who do
you know
we
what I'm saying? We got Wiggins. Wiggins makes more money than DeRozan, right?
Oh yeah.
Wiggins makes more money than DeRozan, but we could have had either. We could have traded for one or signed the other.
And guess who we got instead, Freezy?
Oh my God,
Fournier and Noel.
Fournier. Don't even get me started on Noel, because we don't even get me started on how
hospital bag. You talking about hospital bag?
You want to sit up here and you want to act like, and this is my thing with Noel was I never saw this not once from him last season, but this season him and Taj want to act like they are a superstar, and you want to talk to the refs. You're not even good enough to have a conversation with the refs.
Right.
What are you talking to the ref about? If anything, Noel, if you're not talking to the ref about you on a strength and conditioning plan, it shouldn't be a discussion.
Right.
Because why is every time you're on the court, you're flopping on the ground? You're always on the ground.
Yeah, oh my God, I hate that.
You're always on the ground. At least Mitch, Mitch might flop sometimes, but the thing about it is Mitch is strong in the paint. Noel, we know he has butterfingers. We know that you get killed in the pick and roll, and we also know that you can't play more than 10 games now. Now that you got paid, you can't play. But last season, when Mitch was out, you able to be an Iron Man. Now
we should have, man.
Why did we pay him?
We should have pulled that trade for. We should have pulled off that trade for Wiggins. We'd have had Wiggins and the number 7 pick.
With Wiggins, right?
Huh?
Wasn't they giving us a pick with Wiggins, like the 12?
Yes. The 7 pick, I think.
And you know who that was? Guess who that is, Freezy? Guess who that is now? Kuminga.
It's Jonathan Kuminga.
Right.
Oh my
God.
But
State don't like 6'8" wings that can do it all. You know what I'm saying? And State don't like dudes like that. You know.
Apparently,
you know
Tibbs don't either.
I call for Wiggins. Scotty Barnes, Kuminga, Jalen Green. This organization chose Evan Fournier. I would never ever.
You got to be fair. They didn't just choose. They didn't just choose Fournier. They choose Evan Fournier, Nerlens Noel, and whatever, and Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, let's not forget.
Because in theory, the money that we spent in the pick would have been Grimes. Well, not Grimes,
not Grimes
necessarily, because you don't know who Golden State would have picked with the 19 pick, but the 19 pick and whatever we would have gave them for the number 7 pick and Andrew Wiggins. Come on, bro. And but you know what people were saying? Tibbs didn't like Andrew Wiggins the first time. Come on, bro. Really?
And think about it. Did y'all see how Wiggins and RJ were playing for Canada?
Yes.
And you still didn't even consider it.
Did you see how Wiggins was creating offense for RJ?
Yeah,
RJ
he didn't even consider it. Tibbs, I know Tibbs watched the dang game, and he didn't even consider it.
Yeah, you know he was watching because he was watching how Fournier was killing for France.
Yeah, but you can watch Fournier and offer him. That's crazy.
Fournier was killing for France, though. You got to give Fournier credit.
Well, guess what? You know who else I give credit? I give Patty Mills credit, but I'm not giving Patty Mills $80 million.
No, right, you're right.
I give Patty Mills credit too. I'm not paying Patty Mills.
Fournier's name to French toast.
He's burnt to a crisp. He's not even French toast. He's a croissant.
Y'all got Knicks fans.
Yeah, man.
Jalen Brunson $20 million. I got Wolf tickets to sell him.
Oh yeah.
I'm one of those fans though.
I don't get it, State.
I'm one of those fans. Would you rather have Noel's, Taj, and somebody at the end of the bench, or Brunson?
Trade for Fox, bro. Stop giving me these normal point guards. Like he's normal.
They want Raymond Felton 2.0 State.
Yes. Can I get some pizzazz?
You're giving up Randle and
I'm
what are you giving up for Fox then?
Well, let's see if Sacramento is stupid because Randle could go. Randle, you want Burks, you want Nerlens, and I give them picks. Y'all want picks? You want 4 picks? I give you take the picks.
I'll give them some picks. Yeah, I'll give them.
I won't go as far as 4, but I'll do 2.
I'll do 1 and 2.
My only no in a Fox trade, you can't trade Obi in this deal. You cannot.
Well, if you trade Randle, they're not going to want Obi.
The speed, right, State. Yeah.
Yes. You want. Oh, I think, and people kill me. I hate this. I hate this comment, Freezy. Everybody on the panel. I hate this damn comment. I hate when somebody tell me, "Well, Randle put up 19 and 10. I don't think Obi can never put up 19." It's not about the numbers. It's never about the numbers. It's about winning basketball.
Well, he put up 19 tonight. Yesterday.
And we damn sure lost.
He put up 19, and guess what? He could have had 20 if somebody didn't take him out every time he did.
He outscored Randle. I watched the game where Randle scored 2 points, and he got outscored by RJ and Obi. And people blame the coach and say he had a newborn kid.
Yeah. Now, hey, you know what though? You know what? I don't know how long y'all gonna rock, man. But I'm gonna jump off in a few minutes. But y'all can rock, man.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Y'all got me hot. I was chilling. I was in the cut.
Yeah, I was about to go in here and watch Shang-Chi again.
Y'all got me hot, so now I'm here.
Yeah,
man.
My mom drank last of my wine, but so good.
Oh.
Kind of mad about that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, but what I was gonna say though about the a Randle trade, whatever y'all want to do. My only thing is if we trade Randle, my only assurance. This is what I want the front office to tell me is that they're gonna open up the offense. They decide to go in a new direction. They're gonna open up the offense so that the kids can get up and down the floor, right? So because I think Quickly is getting unfairly judged on what Tibbs is wanting him to do. I think Tibbs has got him under lock and key, like not wanting him to be himself. No matter what point, and no matter what point guard you get, Tibbs is going to do the same thing to him. If it's like, say, if De'Aaron Fox is going to come here, he ain't going to let Fox play that up and down game. He's going to make Fox walk it up the floor. You know what I'm saying? And so I want Tibbs to take his hands off the offense and let the kids get up and down the floor. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that you get Obi Toppin and all these kids minutes so that they can play. Like, I don't think Obi Toppin is a complete player. I think his defense is atrocious. And sometimes I think he disappears sometimes in games if things don't look a certain way. But at the same time, you have to allow that man to at least find himself in the NBA. Right? You got to let RJ become whoever it is RJ Barrett is going to become. You got to play Cam Reddish, right? Because don't just trade Randle and go get a Al Horford, and then now Al Horford is the focus of the offense. I don't want no BS like that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Freezy.
Freezy, you know who they're gonna get? You forgetting they're not gonna get Al Horford. That's too low for Tips. He has to go back to the flashback Bulls days and get Nazir Muhammad. That's who you're forgetting about.
Yeah, I forgot.
I mean, we still got
him and Jarrett Jack.
We still got Joakim Noah on the books we paying for.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Ain't nobody wearing 13 either.
No, you know he asked him to play already. You know he did, yo. You know he did.
Yeah. Well,
his road dogs with him everywhere, yo. You already know he asked him. Noah probably said, "Nah, I'm good." Like, nah.
He probably gonna try to re-sign Keith Bogans.
That's what I'm saying, man. We're gonna see Keith Bogans, Bert Heinrich, Nocioni. All these guys are coming back.
Out there somewhere, I wouldn't be surprised. Ryan Archidiano is a Kirk Heinrich, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on the 10-day player who hasn't played a single game.
How you sign a 10-day player that's hurt
multiple times?
Yeah,
you know, for what it's worth, Daniel House was all right.
Damian Dotson was all right too.
Yeah, Dotson was cool.
So
would have been all right here, but I guess they want to go.
But now Reddish rocking his number now though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reddish. I'm cool with Reddish.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all gonna rock for a little bit, or y'all gonna wrap up?
We can. I can wrap up.
Yeah, I was about to say I need to. I'm about to head out because I got an 8 a.m. practice in the morning.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up here, and then we'll just we'll get busy in the morning.
All right, y'all. I'd like to thank everybody who joined us. Sam Granderson, State, who slid through, everybody in the chat, everybody who will watch us tomorrow on the replay. Next after party. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe.
All right.
Next Nation.